It is a great day to be alive in Pittsburgh, PA. It's been a hell of a weekend to be alive in Pittsburgh, PA. Happy Sunday to you. Steelers victory Sunday to you, friends. It is Kaboly+Mack. He's Mark Kaboly, world famous Mark Kaboly, whose face was on College Game Day yesterday. How about that, kabooms? It was a big day. Yeah, your head was on Game Day yesterday. It was very exciting.
I appreciate you letting me know about 7 o'clock p.m.
I was busy yesterday doing a BetMGM network show until like 4 o'clock, so I didn't see it. I was busy doing a show. Shut up. Welcome into the broadcast, the stream. We appreciate you following each and every one of us at Kaboly+Mack on all your social medias, which you'll want to make sure you're following on because as soon as we get into the holiday season, which may have begun today with the arrival of Rudolph, but seriously, after Thanksgiving, we're going to have some great giveaways for those of you following on social media and subscribed on YouTube as well. Still going to give away that autographed Will Howard Steelers helmet, one snap closer to the starting job, maybe, as well as that autographed Stone Cold Steve Austin black leather vest. We appreciate each and every one of you. Time to crack open. There it is, the victory beer, the IC Light. This is almost as good as the Chargers press box, kaboom, where they were serving out. Oh, the pizza looks good. Okay. I'm going to get myself a nice little meatball sub after we're done here.
Whatever your wife makes, right?
No, my sister-in-law. She made dinner tonight. So I'm going to head over there after we're done. And we got plenty to talk about after this game. Obviously, the Steelers win. That's the good thing. They do it with defense and turnovers. Again, they limited JaMarr Chase from catching and running all over them. They didn't limit him from spitting on people. We'll talk about that.
Allegedly.
I've seen the video, kaboom. That looks like a spit. Anyway.
He said, as Jalen Ramsey said, there's 100 cameras the NFL has.
Yes.
You don't think they can find one of them? Well, we'll find out.
I've seen a clip on social media already somebody put out there. You can see something spray out of Chase's face mask. Anyway, thanks to our guy Arch, who's been supporting the show. Archie's on Carson, 80-cent wings. 80-cent wing night every Monday through Thursday night. It's the best place to go to watch all the games. Maybe you were down there. Maybe you're still there, and you just got us popped up on your phone. We appreciate it. Get down to Archie's every game day. And again, for the 80-cent wing nights, Monday through Thursday. Ice cold irons and IC Light on draft as well. I'll drink to that. Archie's on Carson, Pittsburgh's best place for food, drinks, and sports. We appreciate Arch supporting the show. That's not beer, kaboom. That's water, but good on you for being hydrated. I'm proud of you.
I can go for some more, so I might just leave and talk to myself.
You just pop up, walk over, go get a water in the middle of the show?
Why not?
Why not? Nobody's going to yell at you. Before we get into the actual game itself, the shenanigans, Ramsey getting kicked out of the game. He says he got spit on, and Chase says that didn't happen. Your thoughts on this? As you said, this is an alleged spitting incident. I'm telling you, I saw a clip on social media. I see something spray out of his face mask. Either way, I'm sure, like you mentioned, the NFL will investigate this, but I don't know what that does to JaMarr Chase necessarily if they find that he did spit on Jalen Ramsey. It's not going to put Jalen Ramsey back in the game for the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I was just talking to the great Bob Labriola, so I assume you're talking about JaMarr Chase. And, the way I look at it is normal people don't react like Jalen Ramsey if something egregious does not happen. You can pretty much do anything you want to a person on the football field. You give them the old twist in the pow or whatever, and all these other garbage stuff that goes on. But you spit on somebody, you spit on any person. That is up here, like throwing a beer in somebody's face, like right below that.
Yeah,
you get a immediate crazy reaction. And I asked Patrick Queen, he goes, "Man, both those guys are my boys." Chase and Ramsey.
Right.
You know what? He goes, "You know what? I would have got kicked out too if he spit on me."
Well, part of the problem was Ramsey and Chase each had the offsetting personal fouls on literally, I think it was the previous play, like play right before. So any kind of unsportsmanlike conduct after that, you're getting the boot. Whether he had actually thrown a punch, as Bill Vinovich, the head official, said, or not, wouldn't have mattered. You get another unsportsmanlike, you're out of the game after the second one of those. I'll be more interested to see. At the time, I said it was dumb by Ramsey, and I still think I get it. Somebody spits in your face.
Yeah, you don't.
Your reaction is instinctive.
Yes. I mean, like I said, if somebody comes and just throws a beer in your face too, I mean, that's never happened to me, but you just have no control over your emotions. And imagine you being in the middle of a game to that degree where you have to win. You're playing your heart out. It's what were we looking at? Third quarter at the time. This team embarrassed you about a month ago. Somebody spits in my face after probably, JaMarr Chase had a monster game against him last time and pretty much dismissed him during his press conference a couple days ago, saying, yeah, whatever, Jalen Ramsey, I just care about myself.
Yeah.
I mean, should he have done it? I give him a pass because all of us would have did the same thing.
You're probably
Allegedly.
right. Allegedly, yeah. Well, no,
Allegedly
Jalen Ramsey's
spit.
reaction is not alleged.
No, the spit was alleged.
Again, it looks pretty clear to me on a slowed down video cropped from the full screenshot. But if the NFL finds that he did spit, they have set a little bit of a precedent here, Kaboom. When they suspended Jalen Carter, remember, they didn't suspend him for an additional game after he spit on Dak Prescott. They said that the game that he was ejected from served as a one-game suspension because he never actually played a snap in that first game of the week or first game of the year, week 1. So if that's the new precedent, you spit on someone and you get suspended for a game, then I'd be curious to see the league actually follow through on that because they haven't done that before. They fined guys pretty heavily for doing this, but other than the Jalen Carter one, which would set a new precedent, they haven't suspended someone for that.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. As soon as you walk in that locker room, and I've been around enough to know, when somebody gets ejected from the game, you have about 0.1% chance that they're going to talk to the media afterwards. Front and center, as soon as that door is open, Jalen Ramsey, who is not the easiest person to get a hold of during the week. He only talks on Fridays, very limited. So he wanted that message out there of he's the one that got spit on. And the NFL needs to do something about that. So even that, if it wasn't happening, he would have just left. He wouldn't have said nothing.
Well, I want people, for those that didn't see it, I'm sure a lot of people have already seen it on social media or will see it soon. Here is Jalen Ramsey's reaction when he was asked about that incident.
I'm always going to be all for trash talking, shit talking, stuff like that. I actually enjoy that part of the game. I think people know that. But, and that's what we was doing. I mean, after the first one, the first little thing, the play before, he tried to crack block me or whatever. I got up off that, and then we got up talking shit or whatever. He snatched my mouthpiece off my face mask, and that's when I pushed his face mask, and then whatever. That was just a little scuffle. But the refs told us right there, hey, y'all chill, no more of this. Cool, so I'm knowing let's talk shit, but let's keep it clean so everybody's staying in whatever. The next play, same shit. We was talking shit for which I'm cool with. And then as soon as he spit, it was fuck that. I ain't gonna tolerate that part of it.
Yeah, once somebody spits on you, he said he's not going to tolerate that part of it.
No, take him what he said, which was probably 30 to 45 seconds.
Yeah,
laid it out. This happened to play before. This happened. He grabbed my mishmash, blah blah blah. He grabbed my mouthpiece, and JaMarr Chase's reaction was, "I didn't do it." Who do you believe in? Just by their reaction to the question.
I know who I'm believing because, like I said, I've seen the video. But had I not seen the video, I get what you're saying. Yeah, the person who sits there and lays it out for you is the one I'm going to believe. Yeah. Big C on Twitter just popped into the comments and said, fine him $10K and call it a day. It's got to be more than that.
You know how much that guy he makes?
Jalen Carter got fined $57,000 in week 1 for spitting on Dak Prescott. Now, still, that's chump change for what most of these dudes make.
He averages $40 million a year.
Yeah.
You want to fine him $10,000?
No. Honestly, if they find evidence that he spit on Jalen Ramsey, in my opinion, it should be a one-game suspension. They did it week 1. It should be a one-game suspension.
Just like
Again, that's a weird scenario because it was before the first snap of the game in Jalen Carter and Dak Prescott's instance. But I still think you set the precedent. You called it a 1-game suspension.
just like targeting in college football. Wait till he has to sit out the first half of the second game. I think that would happen.
I hate targeting in college football. People want to know what you think. They should be able to review it, kabooms. I don't think they're going to take time to stop the game for a review of a spitting incident.
All right, I'm tired of spitting already.
You tired of it? All right, let's talk football.
Listen, they actually won a game with their defense.
Yes, there's lots of good things to talk about here.
Not only that is they did it with, I hate to say it, maybe some smoke and mirrors. You just beat the Cincinnati Bengals and held them to, 10 points? I don't even know what the final was. 12 points. You held them to 12 points with Mason Rudolph, Kenny Gainwell,
Yep.
James Pierre.
Yep. And all those dudes came up big.
Jalen Warren out. Brandon Eccles was in and out.
And a guy who wasn't your starting free safety at the beginning of the year coming up with a massive pick six as well. Thanks to the Dan Heck team for supporting the show. We appreciate them a ton. They've been on board since the very beginning here on Kaboly+Mack. You need to buy or sell a home in the Pittsburgh area. They're the people to take care of you. Go to heckteamhomes.com. HAECK, heckteamhomes.com. The whole team. They're ready, willing, and able to help you find the perfect home and get that old one off the market as well. The Dan Heck team, we appreciate them supporting the show. You mentioned it. There's a very good outcome here today. 34-12, 2 defensive scores. They win the turnover battle emphatically because both turnovers turn directly into points. They are now plus 14 in turnover differential in their 6 wins, minus 6 in their 4 losses. And look, you go through just about any team in the NFL, teams that win the turnover battle in that specific game are going to win the game at like an 80% clip. We've mentioned that before. But this team, when they do create turnovers, takes it to another level. I don't want to say they become unbeatable. That's not the case. But they're able to overcome Rodgers' absence in the second half, although Rudolph played really well. We can get into that in a minute. They're able to overcome Warren's absence for most of the second half. Gainwell played well. They played without Alex Highsmith today, too. That shouldn't go unmentioned. They played without Jalen Ramsey for the bulk of the fourth quarter, for most of the second half, actually. So, they should.
No Slay, right?
No Darius Slay, although, like you said, James Pierre had a great game, I thought. So the turnover battle turns a game with all of that happening, all of those second half absences, in some cases, full game absences, from what could have been a squeaker and was tight early into a laugher in the end because your defense is so opportunistic.
Yep. They were very opportunistic. I think now, forget about that. Just being able to score points off of turnovers in general. I think they're up to 77 points potentially.
Something like that.
Something crazy amount of number here is when they get the turnovers, they're able to either directly turn them into points or turn it over to their offense as well. I mean, we sit here a month ago absolutely torching Terrell Austin, Mike Tomlin, for how in the world you let Joe Flacco beat you. How in the world you let these 2 wide receivers just burn you. T. Higgins, 3 for 63. JaMarr Chase, 3 for 30. Okay, he might have ran for 100 yards because a lot of that came on that 35-yarder to start the beginning game. They did something different. They kept it in front of them. They tackled well.
Yeah.
And this is what now? We're looking at 3 straight games or 4? 3. They play pretty good defense. That has to be something that you can build off of moving forward. Now, the offense, but it was a lot of moving parts today.
So I'll address both sides of the ball here. I was worried very early because that first Bengals drive was like hot knife through butter, and Higgins was wide open on his touchdown catch. You mentioned the Chase Brown run, and it was like, oh, man, here we go. I was like, we're going to have another 33-30 kind of shootout game, and let's just hope the Steelers' offense can keep up. But after that, they turn the screws, and like you mentioned, they hold Higgins to 3 catches, Chase to 3 catches, not even 100 yards combined, and nothing longer than 16, I think, other than the Higgins touchdown catch early. So they tightened up. And, here's the thing. if we're going to hammer Omar Khan for not going out and getting a wide receiver at the trade deadline, which plenty of people have, and especially after last week's offensive performance, it was valid. You also have to praise the man for going out and getting Kyle Duggar a week before the deadline.
Difference maker.
Huge difference maker. He has changed the secondary.
It's just like a calming influence back there. I know the pick was kind of relatively easy. Flacco threw it right to him.
Yeah, but how many times have we seen these guys drop picks in there?
Yeah, but the guy seems like he's always in the right position.
Yeah.
You could tell he's a former Pro Bowler. He's a former high-priced guy. So, yes, I mean, just like I said, what was that, 2 or 3 weeks ago, if Kyle Duggar was a deadline Tuesday acquisition, we'd be praising Omar right now. Now, we just forget about it because it was a week early.
Yeah. No.
On the flip side, there were some issues with Aaron Rodgers and even Mason Rudolph because a lot of these guys aren't getting open receiver-wise. That's happened again today.
Well,
you look around, you're like, there ain't nobody open.
I'll say this. There's not a ton of guys running free in the opposing secondary. You're right. But what I did like is that Rudolph, I don't know what the reason was. He was putting a little more air under the ball in some instances and throwing the ball to a spot. We saw it on his first completion to DK, I want to say. We saw it on the completion to Darnell. He was putting the ball up there where the guy could go get it. Not like high point the ball, but like run underneath it. He put the ball in an empty zone, and the receiver went and got it. And what I've seen from Aaron, at least the last couple of weeks, is he's trying to zip everything in there at 100 miles an hour, and it's either clanking off a dude's hands or it's headed into the ground. I got to say, Rodgers did not have an awful day, certainly not like last week. 9 of 15 in the first half for 116 yards. But Rudolph, I thought, looked really, really good in the second half. 12 of 16 for 127. And he also had a touchdown throw to Kenneth Gainwell. So you're going to hear the murmurs. You're going to hear the murmurs this week, depending on what the news is with Aaron Rodgers' left hand and wrist.
Yeah, you mean Kenny Gainwell, the guy you wanted to bench, right?
I never said to bench Kenny Gainwell. I said give the ball to Jalen Warren more, which is still a thing they need to do. It's 3rd and 2.
Wow, he didn't play the whole second half.
10 yards a carry, and they turn around and hand it off to Kenneth Gainwell twice.
Well, sometimes Gainwell really fits in what they're looking to do, and today was that.
I have nothing against Kenny G. He's a great pass catcher out of the backfield. On 3rd and 2, he shouldn't be the dude in the game. Jalen Warren should.
Hey, let's put it this way. There's one more little comment on the defense. This is a Bengals Flacco-led offense that went up, scored 33, 38, 42 points in the last games. And you're playing without a handful of your starters. I mean, I think we're always I always believed that this defense was capable of this. I'm still not quite sure if they're capable of continuously doing it because it seems like it's been up and down. But when they're on, they're on. And they were on today. I mean, nothing worked with Flacco. Flacco looked like, 2015 Flacco.
Yeah, I mean, the pick to Duggar, for instance, is just a classic Joe Flacco moment. But he didn't have he was not getting the ball out as quickly. He did. I will say that secondary, the Steelers secondary, I don't think I noticed, and I mean this in a good way. I did not notice Joey Porter Jr. until the fourth quarter. Like, he wasn't running after guys because they'd caught the ball in front of him. They were locking up on guys, and nobody was running free. There weren't guys finding seams and zones. I don't know if that's because they played mostly man or not, but even when they went zone, there weren't guys running free. Noah Fant wasn't having a field day. When he did catch a ball late, he fumbled it, and James Pierre returned it for a touchdown. And that's a dude I got to give a ton of credit to because I've never been a huge James Pierre fan, but I thought he had a great game today.
I made a couple of nice plays. I mean, the pick, the touchdown is just fortunate place, right place at the right time. But that throw, I think, in the first half where he just waited, JaMarr Chase had a step on him, and he just waited so he could knock it down. I mean, Joey Porter, too, like you said. I mean, the whole secondary, this is elite caliber wide receivers that put up what was it last time? 30-some-odd targets?
Yeah.
And to be able to make them – and Tomlin did say, hey, Flacco, and we weren't quite sure what expect from him the first time because he was so new to what they are. And I think they pretty much went to the lab and figured it out. If you just keep stuff in front of you, and you have to make some tackles, which I don't really know they missed many tackles. Maybe one. I know they did miss one pretty important tackle in this game, but
there was one where Eccles came across
there
and tried to dive, but I want to say it was like Noah Fant maybe or Chase Brown, and just tried to dive at him rather than wrap him up. And I think he got hurt on the play for what it's worth. But yeah, for the most part, they covered and they tackled, which is it's not asking too much. Cover well, be sticky. Don't let them get open. Don't let them find the seams in the zones. And if they do catch the ball, wrap them up quickly. And I think after the first Bengals drive, they did that very well the rest of the day.
Wayne led everybody with 10 tackles. Herbig, I think that's the only sack they had, right?
Yeah, TJ got close a couple times.
Oh, that was a weird call there, man.
I'll be honest. I don't like the fact that that's a roughing the passer call, but in today's NFL, that's a roughing the passer call. I understand why they threw the flag on it. He came down on top of him.
But I don't like it. He flung it out so late that if you hold up, you're not going to make that hit, you know? So I think that's a little different because he waited, then he just flung it.
I think they've made it way too difficult on pass rushers. I'll agree with that. The way he gets away with not taking a penalty there is instead of wrapping Flacco up and coming down on top of him is to probably just two-hand jack him into the ground, right? Bang.
He is 6'4", 240. So,
but yeah, I guess the greater point here is they've made it very difficult for guys to take quarterbacks to the ground. So I don't like that, but unfortunately, that is a roughing the passer. I know Gene Steratore on the broadcast said he didn't agree with the call, but by the letter of the law, unfortunately, he came down on top of him, and that's a roughing the passer call. It's stupid, but that's what the NFL is now.
Yeah, I think Rudolph. I think Rodgers got away with it if he won too. But I think the DK Metcalf pass interference one was awful call. Awful.
Yeah, that was a terrible call.
Yeah. Those things tend to even out, but
I think for the most part they did. We talk about the Steelers field goal drive at the end of the second quarter. That was fueled by penalties. It was fueled by 2 roughing the passers and a pass interference. So I'll take it. Now, I didn't like the play calling when they got down there inside the 10, inside the 5. I think a swing pass to Gainwell, then a handoff to Gainwell. Then Rodgers burns the final timeout because his hand hurts, and they've got to throw it. And I didn't. Once again, they get down inside the deep red zone, and they don't just hand the damn ball off to Jaylen Warren or a close second. Just throw it to Darnell Washington. The man's a friggin' mountain, and nobody can take him to the ground.
Yeah, he is a big, big human. And, what's funny is some of those defenders were definitely making some business decisions at the back end of that one where he flung 3 guys out of the way. It was 28, whoever that was.
Yeah.
He's no, I'll just go over here, let him fall to the ground here. And he's been impressive, been very, very impressive for a guy that, supposed to move to tackle, according to Chris Collinsworth, right?
Right. Thanks to our friends at Impact HVAC for supporting the show as well. Get your furnace checked up because it's chilly out these days. At Impact HVAC PGH on Facebook. You can message them there or give them a call, 412-297-1852. The furnace checkup, they'll cut the cost in half from $79.99 to $39.99. If you donate a new article of kids' clothing or any children's toy, new kids' toy, to the Foster Love Project. When they come out for the appointment, they'll make sure the Foster Love Project gets that stuff for kids that are in foster homes, families with foster kids this holiday season, and you get your furnace checked up for half the cost. Again, at Impact HVAC PGH on Facebook or give them a call, 412-297-1852. So what did you don't seem as impressed by Rudolph's performance as I was.
What are you talking about? He came in and did,
okay.
What the problem was he only had 2 series, right? I believe he only had 2 series because it was.
Was it just 2?
I think it was only 2, man, because they had.
Yeah, it was because then they had a 15-play drive and a 12-play drive.
Yeah, it was impressive. I guess the last one he took a knee down.
Yeah.
But
we're not counting that.
His 2 drives results in 10 points. significant 10 points, of course, and we're talking about what 27 play drives, both close to 80 yards,
71 and 85. Yeah,
overcoming a couple penalties on each one of those. I mean, and I've said this a while. I said this a while back. I mean, and you tend to forget it. Is they could have one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. It's not easy to come in there just cold and just say, "Let's go." And Rudolph is very. He's shown he can do that. So, who knows? But Aaron's going to be ready next week. Let me tell you this: if Aaron Rodgers is even close to being able to go, he's going to play. He ain't going to miss Chicago. Come on.
Oh, that's true. Bears on Sunday in Chicago.
Yes.
He'll want to remind everybody in Chicago that he owns the Bears.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, if it's the left hand, I mean, who knows if it's broken? I mean,
if it's broken, you can't take snaps with that. You just can't. Now, he's not taking a lot of snaps under center anyway, but
as Tomlin threw the little dart out today, it's like, yeah, to Jerry Dolek. I'm sure you'll get the doctor's report before any of us. He tends to throw a dart once or two. I didn't see him on the sidelines. I don't know if you saw it on TV. I didn't see him on the sidelines.
Rodgers?
Yeah, was he?
No, he did not come back out at all after halftime.
He's back home cracking up some icy lights and some mangoes.
Got a nice cold icy light. Aaron Rodgers. Well, he couldn't.
Why do you go with the cans? Why don't you go with the bottles? You too cheap?
No, I have bottles out there too. Can I be honest? For the show, I like to get the satisfying crack of the can. I like the sound. But I have bottles.
I'm sure nobody really cares, but
nobody does. But I care, and that's all that matters, Mark. So if he has a broken hand, he's not playing. And the people are going to start. Look, you could hear it when Rudolph walked out there on the field. People are behind. People want to support Mason Rudolph. People love Mason.
Yeah, which is crazy to me.
Think of where we were like 4 years ago with Mason.
Yeah, I say my classic Shawshank. I tell him all the time. The only guy that crawled through a river of shit and come out clean on the other side. That's Mason Rudolph. I don't know how he did it, but he is a fan favorite here right now. Maybe it's the stash.
You think we're going to hear it from people this week? I don't care if Rodgers is healthy or not. You got to let Mason cook.
Our friend Pony's probably already on that bandwagon.
He'll just jinx the hell out of it. So forget him.
Regardless, if Rodgers is healthy, he should play. If not, if it's even a little bit of a question, you go with Rudolph. It's not that difficult.
Okay, but it does become a question if Rodgers – let's say Rodgers is healthy enough to play, okay?
Play him.
And he goes out in Chicago, doesn't play too well, okay? And I don't know, maybe they lose in Chicago to the Bears. Maybe it's just way too uncomfortable because, they got to win with multiple turnovers again or however it plays out. Rodgers doesn't look great in Chicago. At a certain point, knowing that you have, as you put it, the best backup quarterback in the league probably, if you run into any problems with Rodgers performance-wise, I think I'm not saying you got to be quick with the hook, but you got to consider it.
Oh, they're not going to hook him, so don't forget that. If he starts, the only way he comes out is if he's hurt.
What if he throws 3 interceptions in the first 4 series in Chicago?
I don't care if he throws 10. I don't think he comes out.
Why do we have
the case? I just don't think that's the case. I don't think Tomlin goes down that route.
So Rodgers is above having his performance considered for whether he should play or not? If his performance is so far below the line, that would never be considered?
Well, Roger Jones looked terrible week 1, and he played week 2. Under your explanation, he should have been benched.
No, I never said Rodgers should be benched.
Well, I'm saying midway through the game.
No, what I'm saying is, given the way Rodgers played in L.A., given that it wasn't a fantastic first half from him today, if he were to show more signs of not bouncing back and being the guy that he was against the Jets, that he was against Minnesota, that he was against Cleveland, then I think it's something. Look, Rodgers had an infinite leash coming into the year. All I'm saying is it's not infinitely long anymore. There may actually be a finite length to the leash for Rodgers.
Sorry, I'm just looking at another post of the spit from a field level from the Fox camera.
And what do you see?
It's very clear.
Yeah, there we go. He spit on the guy. Suspend him a game. Take a game check. You're done with it.
I will send you the text right now so you can look at it.
See if I can. Maybe I could quickly get it up and we could put it on the screen.
Hey, now.
I'm real quick with it.
Never mind. You're getting it up real quick. I don't know what you're
getting it up real quick. Hold on. I got to turn the volume down.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in that clip. Hold on. Let me back it up here. It's like the Zapruder film.
There was no second spitter.
There was no second. Oh, yeah. He spit right on him. Jesus. It couldn't be any more obvious.
So I'm sure the
One
NFL...
magic loogie. Nice game, pretty boy.
Is it still alleged now?
No, that's you can't. That's not alleged at all. The man spit on Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
That should be a 1-game suspension. If Jalen Carter spitting on Dak Prescott serves any kind of precedent, that's a suspension. Boom, done, over with.
Well, they play the Patriots next week. Do you really want him to miss the Patriots game? Then Baltimore. Oh, yeah. They play
Maybe
the
they could
Patriots,
appeal it for a
Baltimore,
couple
Bills,
of weeks.
Baltimore.
Well, they're not going to catch the Patriots anyway. So,
have him back for the Ravens game then.
Appeal. Let him get through the Patriots game. No, that's the backwards way. Suspend him right away and get him back for the Ravens game, like you said.
Who happened to be losing here almost halftime to the
That would be beautiful to get a Ravens loss.
The Browns and Ravens are past 8 games are 4-4, so it's not like it would be out of the realm of possibility.
The Chefs are also tied with the Broncos right now. Great googly moogly. So they could be. That would drop them to what, 5-5, right? The Chiefs.
Chefs. But those Carolina Panthers coming back. I believe I picked them to win.
How about them? One more thing I wanted to bring up before we wrap it up. First, I do want to thank who have I not said hello to yet? Our friends at Higgins. That's
Higgins, yes.
Higgins Professional Painting. 412-344-0480 to get a free estimate today, or go to higginsprofessional.com. You can get it scheduled there as well. Interior, exterior painting in your home. You got a business, they handle commercial and industrial painting as well. You got stuff on the walls that needs to be taken care of, dings, dents. They do the drywall repair. They do all of it. They do a fantastic job. Kaboom's had them out to his place. I'll be having them at my house soon. They do a fantastic job because they've been doing it for 40 years. They know exactly what they're doing. And the reason they've been in business for 40 years is because they do a damn good job and people keep having them back all the time. Have them out to your house as well. Go to higginsprofessional.com, 412-344-0480. Thanks again to them for supporting the show. Warren, I saw he went back in for a snap in the second half.
Well, did he or did he? They called timeout and he came back out and never came back.
Did he not actually play that snap?
Oh, he did not.
Okay. So any concern if he's got to miss some time?
Why did he go back out?
I don't know.
Bad if he came back out for a play before they called timeouts and then they get back in there. Caleb Johnson had a nice run, but I guess you're not allowed to rip somebody's face off. But, the funny thing is the offensive person is allowed to get away with just about anything with a face mask, stiff arm, except grabbing it, keep yanking it as you're going down the field there with that 18-yard gain.
Yeah,
so,
give it the push. You don't need to give it the push and then the pull.
Grab and the grab and the grab and the pull and the grab and the push.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I mean, Gainwell, I would imagine if Warren came back in that he was at least feeling good. Unless, the adrenaline gets to you. Right now, he can't even walk. Who knows? I guess we'll find out later in the week. Tomorrow's Victory Monday. Nobody will be around. So you won't see those guys until Wednesday.
So did you see him in the locker room?
I did not. That locker room was it was more pleasant than it was last week. I'll tell you that much.
Hold on. There's a weirdo in the chat who's been here for a couple episodes now who keeps claiming that you're biased towards Arthur Smith because you went to
He's just trying to get people to talk about it. I don't even know what that means. I saw Arthur Smith. I never talked to Will Howard today. I wonder what the conversation was between Will Howard and Arthur Smith in the locker room. Hey, man, get ready. I don't know.
To Will Howard?
Yeah, maybe he just wanted to see how game day went. Who knows? He was at game day.
Will Howard was down at game day. You were at game day, not like
yeah,
you
apparently, yeah. So I walked in
but your head was.
Kuntz making fun of me, Boswell making fun of me. Like, what do you want me to do about it? Like,
do we know who? Do we have any idea who made the cardboard Kaboly head and took it to game day?
I'm guessing. You know what? Nothing. Put it this way: I got maybe a lead, but it's nothing you can report quite yet.
So you don't have confirmation.
Well, I just know my nephew goes to Pitt, and he was at the game, and I got to figure this out now.
Okay, we'll get to work. Get to the bottom of the story. No, Ethan, people that are mad that Warren isn't getting more snaps aren't just sports bettors. Because I don't bet on Warren you can't bet on how many snaps somebody is going to get. I just want Warren to get more carries, especially on maybe a 3rd and 2. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe we are overreacting a little bit. They played well defensively, but they did. You're not going to really count on 14 defensive points all the entire.
No, I mean, I think that's still worth talking about. 20 points on offense if you count,
against the worst defense in the history of the NFL.
So you're saying there's still more work to do offensively. But that's without Jalen Warren.
Without Aaron Rodgers moving pieces in and out.
Right.
It's tough. It's tough to be able to have one sort of plan, and all of a sudden Aaron Rodgers comes out. So,
but here's
I think you get a better view if you practice the entire week, say for Chicago, and Aaron's not going to be playing. That Mason gets the whole week. You can get stuff that he likes to run, maybe Gainwell, and have a game plan around that. It's hard the middle of the 3rd quarter whenever Rodgers went out saying, okay, let's switch to plan B. I mean, you don't have much time.
But here's the thing. The offense didn't struggle with Rodgers out. They didn't. They looked better with Rodgers out than they did with Rodgers in. I think that's a valuable to carry forward into the Chicago game. If the offense continues to scuffle, I mean, you pointed it out. 2 drives with Mason, a 15-play drive that ends in a field goal and a 12-play drive that ends in a touchdown. Like, I'll take that. Like, that's the man got 2 drives and they scored on both of them. Rodgers got a touchdown on the first drive, and then it was punt.
He wasn't, he was relatively reserved in some of his throws. Rudolph, it's not like he was pushing him down the field or anything. I'm not going to sit here and rip on Rudolph because that was a really, really good performance for him to just come off the bench cold like that and be able to what did he end up with? I mean, the numbers, his passer rating was 118. He only 12 of 16. Mind you, 2 possessions where he had a long period of time.
Yeah.
The first one, which was a whole half, and the second one was basically a whole quarter. I mean, that's once again, that cannot be easy to do. And they were able to do it. And you got to give Kenny Gainwell a ton of credit. Over 100 yards. What do you have, 100 yards of total offense?
Yep. Had 24 rushing on 9 carries and 81 on 7 catches with the 2 touchdowns. So, again, like, I think we can be critical of things because the offense still needs to improve, while also saying that doesn't mean these guys suck. Like, Rodgers sucked last week. I'm not saying he sucked in the first half. I'm just saying I thought Rudolph played better in the second half than Rodgers in the first half. That's all. I'm not saying Kenneth Gainwell sucks. Kenneth Gainwell had a great game today. Yes. But on 3rd and short, I just want to see more Jalen Warren. That's all. And Arthur Smith, for the love of God, get the plays in faster. I've seen both quarterbacks now multiple times this year going like this and asking for the play. Hurry it the F up. Make a call.
Boy, he's just blaming Arthur. Maybe he's getting overruled by the head coach at that point and say, "Oh, Chips, let's go to this." I don't know. Maybe there's quick.
Is there an Arthur Smith, Mike Tomlin power struggle dynamic you'd like to divulge?
I mean, it could be what I'm saying. It probably is. He's just not sure what he wanted to call at the point. But it also could be what personnel the other team is. Hey, we got this. The Bengals got whatever 5 defensive back. No, it's only 4. And then that switches to. I mean, we don't know for sure. He's been doing this long enough that I think he's pretty adept of being able to call plays here. But to look at that stats, I mean, once again, wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, 2 catches, 22 yards.
Cleveland's up on Baltimore right now. It's just about halftime, 16-10.
It's not going to surprise me. It's
going to be amazing if it actually happens. Amazing and real.
Real and spectacular.
Spectacular. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me on that. I can't believe I got Devin Bush has an interception. What the hell's going on?
Oh, really?
The hell's going on over there?
Well, it's 16-10.
Myles Garrett has 3 sacks in the first half.
Get out.
I swear to God, I'm looking at the stat line on NFL.com right now. All right, that's going to do it for today's post-game live instant reaction episode of the show. We appreciate each and every one of yins who tuned into it or who are watching it after the fact. Thank you very much. We appreciate all of our sponsors for being involved, too. We'll do another one on Wednesday with a very special guest, Kaboom, Dave Wannstedt. Baldwin Hall of Famer, Pitt great, and former Bears head coach, and Yinzer Emeritus, Dave Wannstedt, going to join us on Wednesday morning. Sound good?
Thomas Jefferson, he's a big Chirp fan. And
I'm sure he is.
Of course he is. Why can't you be?
Yeah. All right, that's going to do it for today. You go write a story. I'm going to go eat dinner, and we'll do it again.
Oh, that's why you're wrapping up. Your meatball hoagies are done.
I'm wrapping up because we're done talking about the game. What else did you want to bring up?
Nothing. I just want to talk about your meatball hoagies. Is that what you're eating?
Mm-hmm. Some homemade meatball hoagies.
Are they from Stilitano's or whatever that place is called that McAfee got?
No, I'll be honest. I've never heard of that place in Carnegie.
What's it called again?
I don't remember the name now. It started with an S. You didn't get it right, though.
Stilitano's used to be this Italian store in Charleroi, PA.
That's definitely not the same.
My grandfather would always say, "Hey, let's go down to Stilitano's."
I love how everybody in Pittsburgh each has their own favorite Italian restaurant, and you can't question them about it. They each have their own favorite Italian restaurant. They each have their own favorite hoagie or sub place. And what else would we put on the list?
Pizza.
Their favorite pizza. Yeah. And you can't question them.
It's like, if you ever look at the comments on Portnoy stuff, it's like, you're in Pittsburgh. Oh, this pizza got an 8. Yeah, it's good, but you should go to this one. It's like,
oh, absolutely. That's all anybody wants to talk. They want to tell you why theirs is the best.
Are these homemade meatballs, or what is this?
I believe so. I would hope so.
You know what? You could have just went up to Yoli's.
Well, no, my sister-in-law made dinner. She's waiting for me to come over.
So she came over. What,
no. My wife went over her sister's house. She's been over there all day. My son and I stayed home and watched the game because I needed to do a show with you after the game.
You have no idea where your daughter is.
She went to the mall with a friend. Why do you care? Why is anybody? What? Go write a story. I'm going to go eat dinner. We'll talk to you again on Wednesday morning with special guest Dave Wannstedt. It's Kaboly+Mack. Enjoy the rest of your Sundays.